Matter is made of atoms. There are many different types of atoms. All the different types of atoms are on the periodic table of elements. Now, just because all matter is made up of atoms doesn't mean that it's all made up by these individual elements by themselves. Elements combine with each other to make molecules and compounds, which make up a majority of what we know. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of different compounds that make up all the different types of matter, from sugar, to water, to proteins, amino acids, the chemistry of life, and everything else is mostly made up of compounds or different elements joined together. Compounds are written in a chemical formula that use the symbols that we see on the periodic table. For instance, regular table salt, NaCl, is a combination of Na, which is sodium, and chlorine. There is one atom of each in each sample of sodium chloride. So each molecule has one sodium and one chlorine for a total of 2 atoms. 1 atom of sodium, 1 atom of chlorine. Let's look at something a little more complicated. How about a chemical formula like H2SO4, sulfuric acid? If we don't know what the chemical symbols mean, we can look on the periodic table to find out. Each capital letter represents a different element. H, that stands for hydrogen. S stands for sulfur. And O is oxygen. How many of each are there? We have to look at the subscripts to see how many there are in this case. Here, we have a 2 after the H, so we know there are 2 hydrogen atoms. There is no subscript here, so it's understood that there's 1. Oxygen, there's a 4 subscript, so we know there's 4 oxygens. So in each molecule of H2SO4, there are 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur, 4 oxygens, for a total of 7 atoms. This is the basics of how to look at chemical formulas and find out what the different types of elements are and how many of each element there are in one molecule of that substance.